Have you ever seen a company reporting high profits and expanding aggressively and everyone on social media calling it the next multi-bagger? But a few years later, the stock will crash, let's say 60% to 70% and even 100% in case of JP Associate, the recent story. One of the reasons behind this can be hidden in a single financial ratio, the debt to equity ratio. Today, I'll show you what it is, how to calculate it, what is considered good or bad, and how I personally use it before investing. Before to that, if you want to start off your investment journey and if you don't have a Demat account, the link is in the bio. You can click and check it out. So let's start. So first of all, what is debt to equity ratio for the ones who don't know simple theory? So debt to equity ratio is nothing but the debt a company is having compared to its shareholders capital. That is basically like a loan, and the formula is very simple. It's nothing but your debt, whatever the loan the company is having, divided by the shareholders equity. Now this debt can be anything. It can be loans, bonds, and other interest which the company has to pay, whereas the shareholders equity is nothing but owners capital, share capital plus accumulated reserves and profits, everything. So if you take a simple example, okay, so let's say a company is having a debt, that means a loan of around 1000 crores, and the shareholders equity is around 2000 crores. So half of it is loan itself, right? So what is the ratio? This divided by this is nothing but 0.5%. So we can easily tell, okay, the ratio is 0.5% debt to equity ratio. So half of it is loan itself. If this was 2000 crores, then this divided by this would have been 1, right? So the ratio is 1. So equal, the debt is equal to the shareholders equity. So how do we read this? For example, let's say for every 1 rupee of shareholders money, okay, this whatever, let's say they invested 1 rupee money, right? For that, borrowed money is 50 paisa, half of it. So that is the half ratio, 0.5%. If the ratio was 1, for every 1 rupee of shareholders money, 1 rupee was borrowed. If the ratio was 2, for every 1 rupee people have invested and everything, 2 rupees is the money borrowed. So understanding the debt to equity ratio will give you a clear picture how the company is doing. And now what is good and what is bad. So by understanding the ratio, first thing what we can do is a simple 0.3% is below, let's say excellent. 0.3 to 0.5 is very good. 0.5 to 1%, below 1%, let's say it's acceptable because the debt is comparatively lesser than the equity of the shareholders. If it is going above 1, that means the debt is only more than the equity shareholder. Then we need a deeper analysis. We need to see what is the reason, and that can be a little tricky part here. So above 2, then it is high risk. So this is how you can actually differentiate which is good, which is not good, which needs analysis, because debt is not a bad thing. Because of debt only people take debt to make some more profit or expand, right? So you cannot say it's a bad thing, but there are other parameters also which we will check. Now let's say we have to consider the industry, because see, there are industries where the debt, it can be lesser and it can work, but there are companies where the debt is higher. For example, our banks, let's say they take loan from RBI and then they give loan to you. That's how they make small percentage of profit, right? Little percentage. So loan is their main working capital, right? So they will already have a debt. Now it can be infrastructure company, like for example your Prestige Brigade. They have to take a loan to build the building and then sell it and then repay the loan and make some profit out of it. So these particular type of companies will already have big debts. So you cannot say that, oh, this company has three times debt, 4 times debts. You cannot say that. You need to see industry perspective. Let's say IT and software companies, no, they don't, service type of companies don't need too much of debt like this infrastructure or finance type of companies where they are taking the money and giving you. So these type of services where money much is not involved to rotate. So here the debt can be lesser, but that doesn't mean there won't be debt. There can be debt for expansion or whatever it is. So you need to understand the industry and then consider your debt to equity ratio. Now let's understand why this debt to equity ratio is dangerous for us. Like I told you, debt is not bad. Debt is very good for a company to grow. But let's say if a company is doing good profit, everything is well and good. But if the company is not doing profit, let's say COVID or some situation came, war came, and they are not getting regular income, and let's say there's a downtime for 5 months, 6 months, 1 year. During this time, they have to pay a lot of things. For example, let's say they have to pay interest, they have to pay the principal repayment should be done, right? Whatever principal they have taken, they have to repay that, plus you have to pay the interest. So what if the business goes down? They will not be able to pay this, and many companies cannot get back or come back from that particular levels. And also there will be a lot of loan commitments. Whoever is giving, the lender will be giving the loans, so they will be having a lot of commitments that you cannot use this. There will be a lot of restrictions which can affect a company's growth. Also, one important thing, that there are situations where, let's say, there is profit of the company is good, it is, let's say in this example, it's making 500 crores and everything is good and everything is nice. But what if the interest rises? Okay, so the interest, if it is a floating interest, when there is a interest rate change or something, it affects you, and the interest goes high, automatically how much ever higher your profit is, it will start shrinking every time the interest goes higher. So you need to be very careful. This is one of the factors which will eat off your profit, and that will definitely impact the stock's price and valuation and everything. So you can check three things before investing. Let's say that is debt trend, that is how much debt, whether the debt is going up, the loans are going up, or the loans are coming down. So basically the debt trend, and then profit versus debt growth, which is growing higher, which is growing faster comparatively. So you need to compare and see. Then we have the interest coverage ratio, whether the company is able to pay the interest, what is their capacity. If they are having higher capacity, very good. So we will look into these three factors. When I talk about debt trend, it's basically seeing whether the company's debt is going up or coming down, how the management is managing to reduce the company's loans and repayments and everything, so that year on year, is it coming down, let's say 5 years time frame, or let's say 10 years time frame, is it going up or is it coming down. Now let's say if the debt is coming down, it's a trend is coming down, then it is a positive sign, management is doing really good and planning everything and things are going in a right way. But if the debt is increasing, it's going up, the loans are increasing day by day or year by year, you need to investigate further and see what is happening in this particular stock. You should be a little bit careful while investing in such type of stocks. The second check what you have to do is nothing but the profit growth and the debt growth. So you need to see whether profit is growing and debt is growing. If both are growing, at what percentage is growing. Let's say your profit is growing at a 10 percentage, but your debt is growing at a 50 percentage. So this is not right, because even though you are making profit, you will see, oh, this company is making profit, most of the investors check this. But if you check the debt growth, that is also increasing day by day, so that is going to eat up your profits and create a burden for the stock's price and valuation. So therefore you need to do this second check. The last check what you'll be doing is nothing but the interest coverage ratio, that is whether the company is able to pay this interest. Higher the ratio, better, lesser the bad. For example, the company is already having high debt to equity ratio, that means too much of loans and debts it's having, and upon that it has low interest coverage, that means it has a very less capacity to pay the loans. So that time what will happen, it's going to be a financial risk. So basically the loans are so high and the company doesn't have the capacity to pay the interest, that means the profits are not that great. So therefore it's going to create an impact for this particular stock, whichever is having this particular ratio is very low. Let's take a simple example, a company A and company B, and in company A, let's say the debt to equity ratio is very good, an example 0.2% only in a theoretical way, and the return on equity till now, let's say 18% is the return on equity it is having, and the profit trend, it is actually growing every year. So most of the long-term investors will think about this particular stock because they know that the debt to equity ratio says it's good. The return on investment, that is return on equity is also very good. And then the profit trend is also going up. So future also that will be creating some profit. Same way, company B, what's happened? The debt to equity ratio is 2.5. That means 2.5 times it is having more debt than its equity. And the profit level, let's say it's also growing actually, but the loans are so high and interest cost is rising. So if this interest cost is rising, the profit, or whatever the profit, this growing profit will end of the day reduce, because of, I told you, the interest. If interest rises, the profit also will start shrinking. So if these things, if you see, then it's better to avoid such type of a stock, from a fundamental point of view, and investors prefer this type of a stock. Now it can be a lucky thing that this particular stock can rally in a bull market, but problem comes in a bear market. When a correction starts, these type of stocks tend to fall 50 to 60%, and that's when we will say, okay, I lost my money, I didn't see that. And recent example, we saw that in JP Associates, a lot of them saw social media, took an entry, but that's the major problem. So hope you got an idea about this debt to equity ratio, which will save a lot of time and years of regret for you. So this 5 minutes check will help you out. So what is the key takeaway? Kindly check the debt to equity ratio of whatever stock you are analyzing. In a lot of websites, that information will be there. And then check the debt trend, whether debt is going down. If debt is going down, it's a good thing. If it is going up, then somewhere something is wrong. Always cross check the profit growth. If profit growth is there, check the debt growth also. If debt also is growing together more than the profit, then there is no point, right? So always check this. Then, like I told you, interest coverage ratio, whether the company is able to pay the interest. If the company is not able to pay the interest and the ratio is very low, then again it is difficult for that to do the operations going forward. Same way, last one, the industry comparison, because debt can be ratio can be different for different industry, like I told you, banking and then service sector, IT, and all that. So you need to consider the industry first and then go deep into it and try to see whether it is better or not better. So next time when you get any multi-bagger thing on social media, don't just blindly go and buy a stock. Just do 5-10 minutes of whatever you learn from here or anywhere. Do certain checks so that you avoid such disasters. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to learn more about stock market and investing, then you can hit that subscribe button and follow for every week video. See you soon in my next video. Till then, take care, stay safe.